Salutations and greetings, my name is Marge. I'm a Hayako Wise clown. This is take 2. I started to upload it, and it did something weird. Technology is so glitchy, I don't even try anymore. It just allowance. It's like, whatever dude, alright, divine timing. Guess that's not the video that's supposed to get out. I'm not gonna trip out, because all I did was move the mouse, or touch the mouse to see where the pointer was on my screen, and to drag it over to start the upload on the video, and it like sunk in and then the video was gone. I was like, alright, I'll reconsider. So here's take 2. I did get a little surly, so I can probably understand why. God damn. Anyway, today is 8/18/18. Did I say my name's Marge? I'm a Hayako Wise clown. Welcome to my tube. All that jazz. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah. Anyway, there's a few stories I want to tell, so I want to get going. Alright, so I was in IT for a long time. I pick up patterns. I didn't even find out I was autistic until I was like freaking late 30s. Early 40s. I'm 44 now, so it's like I've only found out like a few years ago. And so Luna's spicing her bits. So, and then things have happened which have circumstances have happened which have left me with a lot of time on my hand. And what happens is when you get stripped away of 3D stuff, you open yourself up, you free yourself up for a lot of other things that people have said were impossible, but in fact are possible. And the good news is, I would probably be a little worried if all these things are happening, but the climate across the whole world of spirituality is raising and changing, and the awareness of it. So it's less lonely and it's less dangerous for people like me, because there's already freaking hospitals and there's institutions all over the planet to capture people like me, and there's explanations now, because a lot of us are raising in frequency that puts us in a freaking, tunes us into a station where we get reports of freaking truth, and more people are getting the same reports and they're speaking on it, and then all these people are seeing it, and it's changing their point of view. We're all programmable. It's just what we choose, what our personal constitution chooses to look at. I mean, when people feed themselves with like killing, shooting, fun, when I was a young child, you would not even point guns at another human being, even if they were toys. It was you were to be reprimanded. Just the threat of taking another person's light is a serious karma, and now people are doing it left and right, in front and behind of the badge. It's just the vibration of the purple person that they are. Dark things hide in light too, as well as light things go into the dark and transmute. So I could get a lot of information verified after the fact, and I was having a real bad day. Well, they're all getting harder, because I keep trying, I keep coming up with new ideas, and maybe I just worry that there's an end in ideas, and then I will just be destitute. But today I have hope, so I'm gonna not freaking dwell on that too much. Anyway, so I get a lot of verification after the fact, and I was having a bad day, and after being outside, just being under the tree and looking at the clouds, watching the UFOs hide themselves in plain sight. It's so freaking funny, dude. I could teach people how to do that too. Look at them. They're right there. It's so people just don't care to look past their fucking face and acknowledge what they're seeing. And so, because it might, disprove their own belief, and who wants to be wrong? And they sure as fuck won't admit it. Anyway, so I come back in and I ease my woes with an episode because I'm running out of episodes of My Name is Earl, and it was Bad Earl was the episode, and I'm like, fucking, if I was not just outside 20 minutes ago saying exactly the same stuff, like exactly, like verbatim, like when? I mean, how much good can a person be and be left to their own devices? That's that programmable. Are your kids playing freaking war games? Because that's not how people learn about to value life, to rack up points with bodies, because then they grow up and they go into governments, and then they fight, they create wars, and then they're bombing school buses, and then the evidence is coming out that it comes from the USA, and so the USA can't say, oh, this country over here did it, let's start a conflict with him. See, they're being sought out for all the bad karma that they've done for 243 years, and I frankly don't feel sorry for any of them. And so I was like, I'm really like-minded, so I started looking up, and I know who Gary Garcia is, because I used to watch, because I found My Name is Earl from watching Raising Hope, and I get a lot of cute, and he even did an episode where he gets a lot of codes, a lot of a solace in TV, and I've always talked about fucking relating. This morning I felt like Simon Birch. It's a sweet little movie. Anyway, and I feel like I'm at the bus at the end. Anyway, so I look him up, right, Greg Garcia, and I just look up Wikipedia. I'll be right there, Beva Girl, Sugar in the Hips. And his birthday is 4/4/1970, so he's an Aries, so he and I are already in alignment. We are already of the same vibrational frequency. And then I look into it deeper, I go a little farther, and then I look at, and I have this thing where I do plus or minus 2 for everything. Everything's plus. You always got to leave allowance, a little air, little breathing room for expansion. So, I looked up where he was born, and we had grew up in different environment. He had 2 parents. I was an orphan with 2 parents. But, he was born in Fairfax, Virginia, latitude 38.9085 north. And then I look it up where grew up. I should know this by now because I do this a lot to see if how far off alignment I am with people, and it's really quite interesting. You find out people that you're like where they're born, like it's how close it is. It's really quite interesting. So I grew up and spent my formative and learned a lot of my lessons in Redding, California, and its latitude is 40.5865. So he and I are on the same frequency. And I picture in my mind, like musical notes, like the sheet of music, right? But I don't know anything about music, but I just picture, like, for every note, for every line is a chakra. And so when you alignment with other people, that's how orchestras are made, because that's how people make beautiful harmonic convergence, because they're of the same vibrational frequency and they share the same heart space. And that can be done in evil too, but I just accentuate on the positive. Now, it's going to be really, a lot of people are rectifying things of their past right now. Either you're having people come up and they're really mad at you, or, there's a lot of reconciliation. Spiritual reconciliation. I have been fortunate. I have had people reminded me of how I've impacted their lives in positive ways, and this always comes right when I need it, when I'm downtrodden. So I'm always reminded to hang on a little bit more, just a little bit longer. Just hang on. I was reminded of that this morning when I first looked at my stats. I like numbers, but I hate math, and I don't care how many people subscribe and watch. I just like the number combination. So, and I'm not OCD. I'm a spectrometer, and fuck, I'm not gonna bother with this shit. I don't got time for it. So my total minutes watched, it was 28885, And so I looked up angel number because I see a lot of triple numbers, but I rarely see 888. And it says the angel number tells you that your life purpose is fully supported by the universe, and the universe is abundant and generous and wishes to reward you. Be brave. Angel number 888 also suggests that a phase in your life is about to end, and a sign of forewarning to enable you to prepare yourself and your life accordingly. So that's what I'm doing. See, I'm cutting out everything that does not serve me. I will not go anywhere unless I am in vibrational frequency in it, and I recommend that other people do the same thing. There's a store I shopped at, Roth. It's fucking overpriced. I can't. The name doesn't even matter because they're so greedy. The entity that runs the store. I thought they were nice, and then their prices kept going up, and they kept adding bells and whistles to the store, and then they fucking paint their lines on their and repave their parking lot like blacktop. Like, you have so much money you can do that like every 3 months. I mean, this because the cost isn't reflected in the savings because the prices keep going up. It's just greedy and gross. And I pulled in yesterday because I needed a soda. I just wanted a root beer and maybe sit on the lanai and look out the window and daydream. I didn't even get that far. So I pull in the parking lot. There's 2 people walking right down the middle of the lane, and I'm just like, all right, that's cool. I got all day. Peace. You know, whatever. I see you're an asshole because you don't care about anyone else but you two. So since you're the center of the world, I'll just wait till you revolve out of my way, and then I'll be on my way. So I go and so I say that. I'm like, no, yeah, that's cool. I got all day. I wasn't even a dick, and this dude freaking he freaking flips me off, and I see in the rearview mirror he's flipping me off, and he keeps his arm up there, and I was like, alright, this is going to be a good time. And I yell out the window because I am loud, to make sure that I'm clear and people hear me, and I was like, I'll be right in. So I park my big red truck, and I go inside, and walk around the store, and I'm like in a jolly mood, because I'm not confrontational, I just want to freaking clean the slate with this dude, right? So I find him, and I walk up to him, and I was like, I think we had a misunderstanding in the parking lot. I said something, and you misinterpreted it, and you flipped me off, and that was rude and unwarranted. And he was like, fuck you. And I was like, oh, and you know what else? You forgot something. You dropped something out there. You forgot something out in the parking lot. And I stuck my finger up in his face. And the guy's like at least 6 foot. I don't know. My mom has given me practice to freaking beat up dudes and defend her from dudes since the time I was 5 years old, and that is no bullshit. Because I will always fucking try. If there is try in me, I will fucking do it. I might be small, but I will be the small freaking 44-year-old woman that's gonna fucking try. So, and I am trained. Yep. So, I don't know karate or anything like that, so hopefully I don't get my ass kicked too bad one day, but I guess I deserve it if that happens. Anyway, it's my bad karma. So, this guy's just like, I'm a man, you stepping up to a man. I'm like, dude, you ain't a man. You ain't or no. I'm like, oh, and I look in his face, and I mean, he's up here, and I'm down here, and I'm like, oh, I get it, you're a drunk. See, because when people put alcohol in them, it replaces their spirit, and then they don't care about anyone else. And to fast forward through the exchange with this guy, the last thing that he said to me, I said, of course he comes out with a your mama, because he's a fucking stereotype, and he's fucking, all these people that just are all the same, they just all say the same things. That's why I get bored. Nobody is freaking witty and clever like me. So the banter fucking falls way short, even if you're tall. So there's like no adversary. There's no fucking, alright, whatever, dude. Anyway, so he said, your mama? I was like, my mama? I said, my mom's at home. She has dementia. And he's like, good, I hope she fucking dies. And I was like, there is something seriously wrong with you. And then I knew it. And then I knew exactly what it was, and I don't need to bust it out and all that stuff. But I know because I'm an empath, and I read people, like, I tune into people, and they don't like what I hear, and they want their secrets kept and all that shit. And that's fuck you. That's your own shit. So, I'm all about full disclosure. So then the store people come up, the managers and stuff, and this one is like he's walking me, because he's like, come on, like walk with me, talk with me. And at first I thought it was lighthearted and stuff, and then I was like, Then as I'm talking outside and I'm telling the story, it occurred to me that I got duped, that they looked at me as the threat. And I was like, I said, wait a minute. This man treated me with an injustice, and I'm out here, and I came here for, and then the guy's like, James, the little fucking pussy manager, is like, oh, you're welcome to come back and shop inside. Not a gallon of ice cream, $6.99, no thanks, I'll pass. And I'm like, dude, I said, I'm out here without my soda, and they are still shopping in there, and he was the proprietor. And by the way, they're drunk, and they drove here. So I hope they didn't, like, hurt anybody after they left your store, because that makes you liable, because you knew that they were, you sell alcohol, and that's the rule. So, yeah. Pretty sure there were probably more booze, too, because they had their drunken hungries there in the deli. Anyway, my point is, I will not go into any place that I don't support, and those people were all for the fucking evil, and I know that because their clientele they're all the bureaucrats of fucking Salem. That's why they charge $6 for a gallon of ice cream, is because the fucking bureaucrats can afford it, because they are taking from people. Because Oregon, they charge, look at your bill, they charge you, you're not allowed to collect rainwater, they charge you for fucking water that hits your like if you have a drive, like a parking lot, you get charged for that, for the water that absorbs into the parking lot. But you can't collect it anyway. See, government has made so many stupid rules, and so many shows have made fun of government for being a fucking waste of resources, and now people are going without, and now more people are struggling because their houses are being burned down, and there's flooding all over the world, so more people are going without, and they're seeing all these people with so much, and they're like, it's not fair. So it's coming into balance. Endorse what you support. If it don't feel right, just don't even bother. Life's too short. It's stupid. So I think I'm done. This one's a little bit shorter than the last one anyway. I hope you have a rad day. Peace.